Hello, y'all. This is me with the Blk Information Network. We've got huge information. Why does Drake always shout out to 6? Shout out to the 6. So many other songs he says it, and even little coincidences I can tell you about. For example, a song called Bubbly, which features Travis Scott and Young Thug. Man, when the lyrics are popping up on that screen, they don't say the 6, even though that's the most important part in the whole song. And that song popped up in my playlist. And I listened to it because I felt like it was a group project before some very influential and talented music makers. You feel me? And I've been hearing about the 6 in so many other ways and proofs. There's Look Alive. There's Tootsie Slide, and I can point you to Tootsie Slide Decoded because we need to get out. Okay? I'm gonna bring up something else too, because if you notice behind me, you might notice something, right? There is a cartoon called Storm Saves Black Panther. And in that cartoon, the United States becomes robotic with the soldiers and shit. And they try to take over Wakanda, and they call like the Wakanda people savages. And you know, they also call the Native American savages. And it's a KKK member fighting Black Panther. And he's like a Knights of Templar member who's a KKK, you get me? And they're like the top of the, or like, you know, they're part of the same root. The racist police, the KKK, and the Knights of the Templar are all part of the same root. And the Knights have been looking for the Ark of the Covenant since a long time ago. And there's a group in Africa right now that says they took it to an important spot, right? So like in 2018, 2019, a lawsuit was filed. It's called the Black Panther lawsuit. And in my ear right now, Burb started talking. So I'm wondering if I should show y'all how she just mentioned a song by Drake a second ago, or get into it, because y'all, they have this thing called alligator Alcatraz. And what they're trying to do, ooh, she just said in my ear, racism and bigotry. So they have this alligator prison they're building in the United States, and they are about to spend over $1 million a day to run it. And you know what you could do with $1 million a day? I was thinking of ideas like you could somehow staff the border with enough people that people don't get in. You feel me? There's something else you could do spending over $1 million a day. But they want to run an alligator prison, and they're so happy about it. And there's some people who are in comments saying things like, yeah, this is what we meant by make America great again. And these people are just dangerous, violent, demonic and stuff, you know? Because you're really excited. Like, listen, the people, you're really excited to put the construction workers in a fucking jail. But then someone else put it, but it's actually more sinister than that. And, like, someone else pointed out, like, this place doesn't have any roads, or they don't seem to have any laundry facilities and things like that. So, like, are you really making a prison, or are you making something else? And they have real audacity, because they said big beautiful bill, and it's a fucking lie. Okay, they're gonna shut down so many hospitals, and they're doing it, and they want to make it so like no state can go against AI for like 10 years and some other crazy shit. And it's 940 pages, and some people don't even read a 350 page novel quickly. So how you gonna do something almost 3 times that long, and then you're gonna do it in a language which is harder to comprehend upon first read very quickly? Like, for the majority of people, including lawyers, which is why it takes so long in school to become one, you have to like read it over and know the definition of the word and stuff. Like, but they have so many sections of the bill, which I should put into this video, to show you guys what I'm talking about. And you know what else they did? They're pulling people over randomly for saying like, oh, you were supposed to make a left here and you didn't. And because of that, I'm going to search everyone in your car and see their ID. And basically they want to search them because these people look Mexican or Spanish speaking, and it's so unfair. And they're trying to bully, and then they even try to do, if you know this, there's this cliche called nice cop, bad cop. So they had the bad cop first, and they tried to bring a nice cop in, like acting chill, like, oh, my name is Matt, what's your name? Oh, well, can we talk to you? And oh, can I stand up on here? But really, he's on the team of the bad guys, bruh. Like, I mean, you know, like maybe he'll be more moral and stuff, but ultimately he's a border patrol agent. He wants to look at these people's IDs, and they want to take them from their home. Like, they probably have kids or family members or aunts or uncles or friends or somebody waiting at a house for them here, and you want to pick them up from work and take them to a fucking cage because they're in America. Like, what the fuck? That's not it. Y'all taking it too far. And this is what y'all saying y'all meant by make America great again. That's why it's Tootsie Slide decoded. So that's what the fuck Drake is talking about with the 6. Like, I was running through the 6 with my woes. If he was black, or even half black, or even less black than that, because this is some deep shit we should get into, okay? We should really get into some deep shit. Because pre the 1964 Civil Rights Act, if you had black blood knowingly, you were black, okay? So there's this thing called passing. I could show you guys on Wikipedia, because I just met someone yesterday. Well, I kind of knew him before then, but I saw them yesterday, and they look black, but they just told me their mom was white, so that means they're mulatto, really, biracial. And so I looked up black passing just because I was curious, because I wanted to see more people, even though I see them sometimes, and I've met some already. Like, I've had like a few friends, but actually it's actually not, well, anyways, it's not that uncommon, but it's more common to like look mixed or white-ish but there are black people who look black and they're actually half black, and there's people who look half black who are actually black. That one's possible too. There's people, anyways. I'm gonna tell you guys about this guy who had 5 out of 32 ancestors who were black, and they said he was black. His name is like Walter or something. I think part of his name is Walter. Maybe Francis Walter. Which would be another small world, because I did meet someone named Francis the other day. But it was it. Ooh, yeah. But, I think it was the same with Plessy versus Ferguson. I had to look this up thing for this person one time, and it said Plessy was 7th, 8th white. Y'all get that? That's crazy. Do you know how white you look if you're 7/8 white? Do you? I don't think y'all do. When I was a kid or younger, I used to have the skill of kind of being able to, I think a lot of black people have it. They do. Because we be joking now, saying like how we can recognize our kin. And like how people squint their eye and be like, I've seen a video too of someone being like, yeah, this woman came up to me in the gym and she was like, what's your parents is? Something like that. And he's like, yeah, my dad is black and my mom is white. And then I seen in the comment too, someone being like, well, you know, black people can really usually recognize their own or whatever. And I did have that skill, and I still do have it, even though y'all is getting more ambiguous. But you can still spot it. Like, you used to be able to squint, like, oh, I bet they're kind of black. I'm about to point that out in a few videos to y'all. But I also lived on a military base for part of my life, and in New York. So, and I lived in Virginia Beach, and I've been to California and Texas and stuff like that. And I'm happy going to Dallas, which is, slat. It was kind of scary because, well, 2 reasons. 1, I won't mention unless you guys want me to bring it up in the future. And 2, because when I looked it up, the only like blue area was Dallas. It's mostly red around there. But anyways, I seen this one thing with Drewski one time, And there was a Mexican on there, and he's like, "Oh, you sound familiar, but you don't look familiar." Or you look like family. You sound like family, but you don't look like family. Because he was probably Mexican, even though maybe he was Guatemalan or something, but we generally called him looking like Mexican. If you don't know a certain look or whatever. So the Mexican was talking mad black, and they was just like, "Yo, I think that's just Dallas kind of swag they got." So that's just like, that's leaders of the culture are allowing to have status. Also from Dallas is Tay Money, but I think Tay Money is like probably a quadroon or octoroon. You feel me? So I think it's both legally in America and to God in them. That if you have, so to God in them, it's 6 generations. If you have a black ancestor within 6 generations, you are black. You're on the black team. Like, you can come to the black cookout naturally. You'll be on the black side of heaven and all that kind of stuff. And you have the power innately that, like, you could do rituals that only black people can do and stuff. So y'all know how a few years ago y'all was talking about black people getting powers and stuff and the planets lining up? If something like that happened, all the black people could get it. But also, I'm pretty sure those black people are more connected to the universe where they want it to be. And they're also more empathetic, like they're like Leslie to be hateful. You know? Today I was seeing this story about what they did in Wilmington. And these people really conspired against having a diverse society. And really they're doing that again right now. Like, they're canceling diversity. They do the DEI. They're trying to round up Mexican-looking people. Like, and they're happy about it. Like, alligator Alcatraz. That shit is crazy. It's crazy, bro. Now, look. Pre-1964, Drake's son is African-American. In 2025, America is building prisons surrounded by alligators. It's time to get out. Why is Drake always shouting out the 6 or putting a crown? I put a crown on the 6. Because we are a vital international government for black people. The 6th region of the African Union. So you can go online and look up adveb.org. Like adveb.org, and learn a lot, but you gotta read between the lines to really understand what's going on. So this is why I'm giving you all this information, so y'all can like catch up, but you can read it, like definitely read it and sign up and know what's going on. Adveb.org. But this is the background of this shit, because these people are so racist, and in our generation there's this ancient war going on. But we're gonna be straight. It's just like, to avoid this BS, like this, they're building prisons surrounded by alligators, okay, guys? And they want to spend over $1 million, and I think it's going to be funny and fun. We need to get the fuck away from these people because they want to make it worse. So it's time to get out. And you know who made Get Out? Key and Peele. And they're actually technically mulatto too, but I just told y'all guys mulatto people are black. Like, they have that vibe and that stuff and that special DNA that makes black people black. But also, if you're blackity black, guys, this is what's up. But guess what? If you're kind of blackity black, if I'm dark skinned, but I'm still like, nigga, you know, you feel me? You still, like, black people are the original people on the planet, okay? But there's like this ancient thing going on. Like, if you look at the back of your dollar bill right now, just a $1 bill in the American money. Look at the back of it, 1717 on the clock. Oh, 1718. Let's, anyways, you see a pyramid, you see an eye. And then where else do you see pyramids and eyes? Egypt. Okay, and so what else is going on? Nazis and Germans are actually friends. They moved to Palestine at some time. Palestine's actually right next to Egypt. Egypt recently actually built a wall right there because they don't want to see what's sneaking in. And so the people, they're really fucking up the Gaza Strip right now. And the people at the north, like Israel, blocked it up too. But Egypt's been run by Arabs now, and then people still don't even know history, that you could read something that says this empire in 1210 or 1410 conquered, and they've been ruling since then. And then people who live there now be like, what do you mean we just got here? We've been here the whole time. Like, no. A lot of people have been in Egypt since the actual people who invented it have lived there, okay? And that was international society. It was like the New York of the ancient world. But it was a Nile Valley civilization. Like the whole Nile was involved. That's why you find pyramids also in Sudan. But it's ancient information that y'all can learn more about, and it's really, really deep. So like, let's check this out. PRE, Paper Route Empire. But this is also some pre-2025 beef, pre-2024 beef. Like, this stuff is some ancient beef. Because if you really want to know, I'm telling y'all about the Knights of Templar and stuff. It's like secret societies. And on The Simpsons, they sing about the Freemasons. So you can Google that real fast if you want to. Or watch Abbott Elementary episode 1 and listen to what Mr. Johnson says. Okay? Or before y'all was like, okay, so even Diddy knows. So Diddy just got today. We just found out Diddy half got off of the stuff or whatever, right? But he did say that, they're trying to attack black people. And that's what I'm here about to tell y'all. Okay? So they're trying to attack black people. But the trippy thing is that even black people who don't even look black in 2025 are black. And in 1925, they would have been black. And y'all were black until about the 1965s. Or even like 1990, 1995, or 2005, like light-skinned, super mixed people were, I guess it just depends on how mixed, because the way you used to get mixed was because white men were raping black women and girls, okay? And probably men too, and it's not even probably. Oh, goodness, that's why we gotta get out though, see? But that's how I used to make mixed kids. Was white man, black woman. Against the black woman's will. But then, like, you don't want to be beat. Like, these people used to beat up black people all the time for just any reason. It was illegal for black people to know how to read and write in America for like 300 years, bro. Oh my goodness. And they have this thing that they made this law before that the black people should never get rich in the land of the white people, whatever. So this is why we have this international government called the Six. And what we do right now is build cities in America for black people. And why it's good for the world is, like, you might not even look black, but you're black because your great grandmother was a mulatto. You feel me? And if you guys know what mulattoes look like, that's actually really possible. Like, of course, mulatto, Big Lotto is a mulatto. But there's also Drake and Drake's son, right? And then Cardi B, but she's actually not a mulatto. I know there is some kind of category that makes it you 3/4 black if you're black. And she's probably like that, but y'all just don't get it. But the point is, they even had to send light-skinned people on the Underground Railroad. And the Underground Railroad went to Canada. And y'all, they're trying to make a world that we can't get to the Underground Railroad again. So the Underground Railroad now is the Tootsie Slide Decoded. And what Tootsie Slide Decoded is something y'all can look up on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do because, I need more space on this phone real fast and shit. But I don't got it yet. So I'm going to show y'all how to do it. What the point is, okay? Tagging y'all all. Because I know you're triggered because I'm triggered. You just seen that right there and we're all triggered, right? So yeah, y'all could definitely check the Cash App and hit me up. Like, I need some money. I need some money, baby. So we could tell everybody, you feel me? Like, I need to pay people to tell us. And it's so serious that me and my phone ain't getting along. What's going on with this clipboard? Okay. Tootsie Slide Decoded. This is what it is. Oh, what's cool is that Juice is in here. And Juice and Dolph are actually cousins. And they didn't know that because they're second-generation cousins. Because their grandparents are brother and sister. You feel me? And there's been a great migration, like when black people move from the south to up north. And like Tennessee and Chicago are kind of like right above each other. They're just separated by the Mississippi River. But you type that in and you go here. Okay, and the reason why it's a Tootsie Slide is decoded, is because, see, the colors? He did this there's a lot of reasons, y'all. There's a lot of reasons. So, we need to build cities to slide away from the BS. We also need to hold elections for black people, okay? It all connects, all this ancient cool information. Even Malcolm X